Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again. This time I'm covering a review on the 7 deadly sins. And I'll start to move on to the first part. So basically the first 12 episodes that make up the story. And then I'll move on to the second part, which covers the second 12 episodes. So, as we look into the first 12 episodes, we get a lot of introduction to the characters and the people who make up the story. And we end up meeting the character known as Elizabeth, who begins to search out for the 7 deadly sins. And one of the first deadly sins that she ends up meeting along the way is Melodius, who also has his companion who is known as Hawk. And trust me, Hawk is really useful in this time period, considering the things Melodius does in the presence of Elizabeth. Now, the character of Hawk plays a vital part in sort of like calling out the bad behavior of Melodius within this story, and that is something I really appreciate. And yes, there are some things that he really does that can really irk the watcher. So within these episodes, or these first 5 to 6 episodes, we end up meeting the next character that's related to the 7 deadly sins, and that is Diane. So whilst this is occurring, they are also encountering opposition along the way until we start to reach a little bit past the halfway mark. After the first reunion with the 7 deadly sins, we start to move into the characters of King and Bam. King, who is known as Harlequin, and Ban, who is basically a bit of a thief, and we get to learn about who they are and where they play their part in the story. As we start to move a little bit further in the story, say starting to reach the next or the end of the 12 episodes, there's a match that comes up to help recover one of Diane's weapons, and eventually the weapon is returned by episode 13. As we start to move into the next character and their sin, we start to meet up with the character of Gopher, spelled Gowther. Upon reaching the end of the season, we end up reaching another character that makes their appearance, to which the character is known as Merlin. And in that time, we have not met the character of Escanor yet, and quite likely they'll be seen in the next thing, which is called the Signs of the Holy War, which I'm looking forward to watching through. And there's a big fight as we get to see some things happening in regards to dragon blood and how that's being used with the Holy Knights. And we get to see that the Holy Knights in this particular story aren't as good as they're made out to be. Or they're actually the villains in the story. And it's the 7 deadly sins who have to basically become the heroes of the kingdom. And I've really enjoyed what I've watched so far. One thing I do need to do is find some time to get around to reading the manga sets that I have here. Well, until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day. Now for my rating for the 7 Deadly Sins Season 1. For the main characters, I give a 7 out of 10. For the supporting characters, I give a 7 out of 10. For the animation, I give a 7 out of 10. And for the overall story, a 7 out of 10. I'll definitely look forward to checking out the next season.